You are now in tune with the community on 318 Latino. Meet interesting people who make our community great. Hear their stories, check out their projects.
Gracias.
Gracias.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, so we've had mayors, we've had city marshals, we've had police officers, we've had city council people, but none of those interviews have been as awaited as the one we have with us today. Ready or not, here he comes. It's the Outlaw Drosie Wales. How are you, brother?
Oh, dude, I'm doing great, brother. How are you, man?
Man, it's a pleasure to have you on, brother. It's a pleasure to have you on. I don't think any of the people we've had on represents the city of Shreveport, aka Ratchet City, as well as you do, brother.
Hey, I try, man. I'm trying. Hey, we've been talking about it for a long time, man. I'm glad we're finally getting to put it all together.
Man, well, welcome to 318 Latino, and it's so awesome to have you here. I've known you for a couple years now. I'm a follower of your music, and man, let me tell you, coming to Shreveport, one of the biggest things that we get to see is the music. You know, it's the artists that live and breathe, you know, Shreveport and the 318. I know you got it tattooed on your chest, bro.
Yeah, home is where the heart is, right?
Absolutely, hey. Bro. So let's talk a little bit about music. Let's talk a little bit about the industry here. And well, let's start talking about you, brother. How are you? Where did you come from? How did you start? Tell us.
Man, I started making music, like I think I was like 10 years old, 12 years old, writing in school, and I don't have it or anything. I can only assume it was garbage. I can only assume that it was things like let me give an example how terrible it would be. I would assume something like PIMP, that's what I'd be, something like that. But I mean, I was like 10, 12 years old, so I guess we'll let it slide. But I grew up like selling mixtapes in school. You know, $5, $10, you know, drop a couple every 9 weeks, you know, get me some new shoes and stuff, you know, hit the boardwalk and buy some AF1s and all 5s, you know, probably they didn't know what was going on. Go home, write music till 2 o'clock in the morning and just eventually getting better and better. And, you know, it just carried on from there, man.
Heck yeah, man. So, hey, so are you from Shreveport, born and raised, or where are you from?
Yeah, born here, raised. I have family all over, you know. So I've been in Chicago, been in Dallas, Nashville, you know. But like I claim the Shreveport is my spot, man. That's the area code I got tatted, you know. I ain't got 214 on me. Now I do love Dallas, man. I love Chicago, and I love Nashville, you know. But most time spent definitely in Shreveport.
So, man, the music industry in Shreveport, I know there's several labels. I know there's a lot of people looking at you, trying to grab you. But tell us, so far, what has been some of your experiences trying to grow in the music industry?
In Shreveport, what makes it so, it's getting better now. It's like the artists had to support each other for it to grow. And I think now the scene is a lot better, and I feel old saying this when I say back in my day, when I was like 21, 22 years old, I'm 29 now, maybe 6, 7 years ago, the scene was different. You know, people the artists didn't come together as a collective. You know, everyone was out doing their own thing for themselves. That makes it a little harder for everyone to win. You know, crab in a bucket mentality. You know? So as I've got older, other musicians that I've been doing music with, and since we were all 17 years old, you know, we all get older, aka we mature more. You look at situations better. And when other bands and people from other genres are all coming together to support each other, uplift each other, that gives the artists the power. You know, when everyone's against each other and at each other's throats, labels, promoters, people of that nature, they kind of own you. You know, like it's easier to pick people apart and to use them to your benefit, to your advantage, and to underpay them, things like that, when everyone is against each other, you know?
And we do see that now and then. You see, you grab, you see predatory labels that grab, you know, kids that have a lot of talent, but none of the know-how, none of the business mentality at the time. You know, once you're growing up, you see, hey, sign here, we'll put you on the radio, we'll put you here, we'll put you there. And you're like, Heck yeah, man. You just put me on there, man.
Been there.
Right.
Yeah, that's why my name isn't just Drosie anymore. Now I'm the Outlaw Drosie Wales.
Man, so tell us a little bit about the Outlaw Drosie Wales, man. Tell us about the music. What inspires it? What brings it to life?
So a lot of it, man, is I have had a label deal before. I have been signed. I've open for people like Rick Ross and Lil Wayne. Been backstage with Boosie, Webby, but all these things. I was playing the game before, the label game, letting people, tell me how to do this, when to do it, like a jump how high situation. Well, for me as an artist, I feel like you really aren't an artist if you're doing that. So whenever I got myself out of my deal and I came back, I took some years off, got my new name, and that was kind of all that together is like, the first word is the outlaw, aka I'm not playing the game. Like now I'm going to do things my way. No one's going to tell me when to do it or how to do it. I'm going to do it my way. It's not I've had people be like, oh, that's just your on-stage persona. No, that's just how it is. I never really fit in, but I never really wanted to either. If everyone's going left, I already know what's at the end of that. Right. I'm going to go right. I'll tell you what's over here. Yeah. I don't need to follow that. So for me, during those years off from music, experienced things, did things, grew up with some cats and we hung out, did some wild stuff, So once I stopped doing that stuff, I was like, oh, well, then I can put it in music. I'm never going to get on any of these racketeering charges like these guys. If I put it in my music, that means like that those days are behind.
Right.
So, I'm not going to be like 6ix9ine, out here talking about it while I'm still doing it. You got to be smarter than that.
Yeah, man.
So
let's talk a little bit about the content then, man. That's one thing I've seen a lot of artists, put themselves through. You mentioned Kevin Gates earlier. He's one of those artists that talks a lot about, the game, about selling, about all this other stuff, man. But that's not him who he is anymore.
Yeah.
Tell us about the content. What brings you to talk about that stuff?
Back in my days when I wasn't like nearly as tatted and things like that, I grew up, working in restaurants, I was not serving, like just working in a normal restaurant, not making much money. So when I had friends that were, in like drug businesses, making lots of money, and I looked clean cut, I had no beard, no tattoos or anything. Like, yo, man, if you take this from here to here, you're going to make a couple $1,000s.
Right.
Like, all you can do is drive the speed limit and you look clean cut. If I'm a kid, I'm going to take that deal, like a couple, $1,000, but of course, I look at it now like, dude, all I had to do was get like pulled over one time and like my life would have been ruined. So, doing that for a substantial amount of time, just being in, then like that put me in circles and in rooms with things and people where I saw some crazy stuff. And, so like it gave me plenty to write about. But again, like a lot of these things happen, like, that's why I say like kind of like the best thing that ever happened to me was when I signed the deal and I had to take that break because I put so much into these songs that I had given the label to where like I came out of that like 2 months behind on rent, dead broke, had to quit my job at the time so I could go out and do everything that I was being asked to do.
Right.
So that put me in like a do or die situation where I had to call some friends. And it got me into all these new things where I got to see and experience all this stuff that, it gave me a whole new plethora to even like talk about once I made it out of that. And that kind of goes into one thing, like I took a break the past year, a lot of different stuff happened, and I was talking to my friend John Garcia, shout out Magnolia May, but I was like, it's hard for me to talk about what I've been through if I'm still going through it.
Right.
Like if I'm still sad, I'm not going to make a sad song and just make me even sadder, so for me, it was just like, once I got through all that stuff and I got out clean, then I was like, now I can like, this is a whole new subject I can put in everything,
Heck yeah, man. Well, dude, it's interesting how, being able to make music about things that you've already experienced rather than in the moment makes you, more of an expert on the subject. You know what I mean? Like instead of trying to figure out what I'm writing about right now while I'm going through it, just wait, make it happen or let it happen rather. And then, go based on the experience that you've already had.
Well, for sure.
that's definitely not something I've seen most people do. Most people, like, they'll write while they're going through it, but you clear your head first.
I mean, at the time when I was making all this money, I didn't think I was ever going to make rap music again. That's kind of like, I made it. This is fine for me,
Right.
Like, but, you see enough of your friends get in trouble for various things like that. You're like, oh, this isn't a sustainable lifestyle.
Right. Tell us a little bit about that, man, because I know that's one of the biggest things in Shreveport. It's one of the biggest problems we have is the trafficking, the getting busted. I know there's a lot of young cats out there that listen to you and follow you. What do you tell them?
The rap industry, for example, often glorifies depraved behavior, and that sinks into the minds of some young people. There is no question that dubious music and movies are affecting unsupervised children of all colors.
I think a big part of it, man, is it kind of goes to like, this is part of the reason why I help coach boxing. A lot of kids, in lesser areas, they haven't been told they could do anything, man. If you've never been told that you can do anything with your life, you don't even know what you can do. You think that you're here by accident.
Right.
You're not. You don't even realize your own potential. So yeah, it's a big problem. But also we live in a state that's like the highest incarcerated state in the country.
Right.
We're talking about now all of a sudden marijuana is a ticket. What about all I know plenty of people that got their lives ruined over marijuana.
Oh, absolutely.
Are we going to go back and redo these cats' lives? No. It's just when you're in these bad situations and a lot of people get in them, some of the only way out is like that. So it sucks, but.
Yeah, like I said, those situations, man, you just gotta do the best you can do. And like I said, we've interviewed here mayors and police officers. We've interviewed the city marshal. We've interviewed the sheriff, man, and everybody's trying to. I don't know. This whole new world is trying to reorganize the way we're doing things, but till then, we still kind of got to figure out how we're gonna go about our lives ourselves. Let me ask you this. So we've talked a little bit about the music industry. We've talked a little bit about labels. There's a lot of collaboration between musicians here in the Shreveport area now.
For sure.
A lot of shows that are being put on. How did the pandemic affect the music industry in Shreveport, and how is it starting to come back up?
Man, I think it kind of we were better now for sure than we were before. But I think, everyone going out without having to do anything, man, it brought everybody together as musicians, whenever, my kidney thing happened and I look and saw people that were donating money towards my surgery, it's all these musicians, all these various guys,
right.
My friends Jimmy Wooten, Logan Lewis. The pandemic brought us all together, I think, as a family, because we were all affected by that, Everyone went from, thriving and doing their own thing to starving.
Right.
And it kind of goes, the pandemic, people were always do a live show, which, I did a couple, but it's not near the same,
right.
it, especially for guys. I have some friends that they make a living off of music and playing music live. You're not going to get near the same money return on live stream just because, if you don't have to pay to get in the door, not everyone's going to just throw you a tip watching you live. And, not saying that they should, but, the dollars it's not gonna equal out,
Right.
So we kind of had to watch out for each other, which is cool, which is awesome, So I'm excited to see a year from now, unless this Delta strain or whatever the hell it is comes over here and causes some more trouble, where we can be in the city a year from now. I think it's gonna be awesome, man.
Man, I think you're absolutely right. I think the pandemic sort of hit this reset button to everybody where, bars had to shut down. Most of the entertainment industry had to shut down. Theaters had to shut down, and everybody just started talking amongst themselves, planning, hey, what can we do? What are we going to do, right now? What are we going to do once this is over? Let's start making some plans and starting to get some shows going. That was I think one of the most beautiful things about what happened,
Oh, most def, dude, most def. And there's gonna be some sick, crazy shows this year, man. I can't wait.
Awesome. So tell us what's up next for the Outlaw, man. What you got some music coming out?
Man, it's about to get wild. So I currently dealing with a issue. It's gonna require surgery. So fight business is kind of shut down for the moment. But I'm a positive guy, so I look at that that's kind of God telling me to put 100% in the music for the time being. And to put it in perspective, man, I haven't recorded 3 songs in a week. Man, I was probably like 19 years old last time I did that. Tomorrow will be the 3rd one in a week. You know, I did one this morning. I did one a couple of days ago. You know, my goal, if you're talking next 6 months, is at least 6 visuals, you know, all filmed by White Prophecy. But, so, man, it's about to get crazy. You know, it's about to get wild. You can expect a visual next month for sure. For sure, at least one.
Sweet, man, sweet. Tell us about your process recording videos, man. I know, I think my favorite so far is Top Go Missing.
Yeah, that one was awesome. The funny thing about that one is, like, of course, man, you're putting together a music video. You call all your boys and tell them to come through. All the other ones, man, like 2-3 people came. Which, I mean, like, shout out. But, you know, all right, people are busy, man. You know, we're adults now. It's not like when I was 17 years old. I'm like, you could get like 100 kids together easily.
Right.
You know, people got kids and jobs and second jobs.
Right.
You know, so for Taco Miss, I remember I called like 40 people, man. I was like, like 10 are going to come. All 40 showed up. I said,
sweet.
Damn. I said, I don't even know what the hell we're going to do with all this. It worked, though. But so for like a video, I'll get the beat, make the song, record it with my engineer, Brian Johnson, BJ Beats. Then I'll send it to White Prophecy, Trajan White, you know, and then, like, he texts in all caps. So it's, like, hard for me to, like, find out if he's really, like, excited or not. But he always, like, he'll be like, oh, man. And then, you know, we'll link up with him. We'll, like, chop shop at his house, watch, like, 40 music videos in a night to, like, try and, like, mute theirs and play my song, and then watch like 40 videos of like popular videos and try to find kind of like the vibe, like what it's going with. And man, I honestly, other than that, I let him like do his own thing, man. I kind of feel like he's hit it out the park on all of them, you know. Dude,
they are crazy. I love your videos, man, and everybody that's involved in it. You guys are doing an awesome job. Like, seriously.
Yeah, dude, I can't give enough credit to Trey, man. Like, he makes it. I've sent it out to like a couple places and had like people way more important than me like it, you know, so that works for me.
Man, so we've talked a good bit about your music career. You telling us you're slowing down a little bit on the fighting, but talk to us about that, man. What got you into boxing?
Man, I honestly, if I could remember, I'd tell you. I think like it's not the stereotypical, like, I got in fights when I was on the playground in the sandbox. No, you know, like, I just remember I just loving boxing since I was, like, little. Started hitting mitts, heavy bags. And, man, I honestly love it. And I think it's the, like, one-on-one aspect about it, you know. As a kid, when you grow up, you know, people's coaches are dads and things like that, you know. So maybe the best guy isn't always on the field, or if you feel like you are the best guy and you're not. I'm not saying that didn't happen to me, but I mean, I've seen it happen. So whenever I'm in a sport where it's just me and the guy in front of me, you know, like there's no
politics.
There's no politics. You know, if you're not who you say you are, everyone's going to find out. You know, everyone's going to find out. You know, you'll get exposed. And I love it, and I love that it challenges you mentally so much, because, you know, like, you got to be willing to go in the gym. You know, I do jiu-jitsu. I'll go in the gym and, like, I'm looking forward to getting smashed. Like, I go in there, I am with a smile on my face getting killed, because that's the only way to get better. You know, the fight game, you know, jiu-jitsu, boxing, it makes you destroy your ego. You know, and I love that. You know, that way it keeps me, like, here.
Right.
You know, like, there's always a badder dude than you, man. You know, so like, especially like in like the places like SMAA, shout out. It's like the best jiu-jitsu gym in town, like ran by my coach Wayne. Dude, nothing but savages up there, dude. Killers. Dudes that just hey coach, man, you kill me some more after practice, and they just destroy me. You know, beat me like I'm a child. But it's fun, you know, like that's. I love that, you know. It's I think that's what I love about like the fight game, man. It's you against you. You know, there's just another person in the way.
Absolutely, man. You know, we have a saying in Mexico that says pies de plomo. It means feet of lead. Basically means keep your feet on the ground, you know, keeps you humble, stay on the ground, basically. Don't let your head get too high. And, dude, you definitely have them, man. You're one of those people that I see constantly doing a lot of great things, but you're still this humble guy, man, this really chill dude that's always smiling at people, being friendly with them, dude, and that's one of those things that I think opens so many doors for you, bro.
Man, I try. You know, when I was younger, I could have, I had my days where I was like a jackass when I was like 21 years old. But, hopefully that was just, part of being a 21-year-old. So, like, now that I'm older, and I look at life completely different after everything that's happened, going from, like, the lowest low to the highest high to the middle, back to the low, then back to the middle. Like, I've seen the full spectrum, man. I'm like 229 in life years. That's what I tell people, So, like, now, I feel like I'm like an old head. What J. Cole said, I'm little bro and big bro all at once. So, if I just try to like show as much love as I can, because I mean, if I put out positive energy, even if I get back negative energy, it can't affect me if I'm still positive,
Right, man. Talking about positive energy, putting it out there, man. Your Snapchat is a constant, every day positivity, man. Every day you put in, have a blessed day, fam.
100%.
Where does that come from? It's like a everyday. That's determination right there.
Yeah,
that's
man,
like
the devil don't stop, man. So the blessings can't stop either. It started. One of my friends is like going through like a hard breakup, like 4 years ago, I think. And man, I was like, damn, I was kind of worried about him, man. He's like super sad. Posting quotes and stuff. I was like, oh no, here we go. So I just remember I just texted him that morning. I was like, yo, I hope you have a blessed day today, man. And he's like, thank you. So like, I did it for a couple of days, and like he's like, man, thank you so much, man. That like made me feel so much better. And I was like, one day I was in Snapchat, I pressed on his name, and there's this list of all like my homies who I talk to every day. I was like, dude, what if I just send it to all my friends, man? Like, and it's just now every day, no matter what, it's like my 100 closest friends, bro, booming, and because to me it's like, I mean, you know how it is in the morning time. Sometimes you don't want to wake up, man.
Right.
Like I wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning without an alarm. No matter what time I went to sleep. And yeah, like sometimes I'm tired, man. So like I know how it is. I'm like, man, if I could just sprinkle a little bit of positivity, like even if you're like, oh, I don't want to go to work. Oh well, dude, just like you just see it and like it's just to see it and maybe even cause like a crack of a smirk, man. Like anything to make someone's day like a little bit better in the morning. Just start it off like right. Maybe they're running late to work. Something happened. They open that and hopefully, man, just gives like a little bit of positive energy, man. And if I do that, then my job's done, Hey,
man, it works. I'll tell you that. It definitely works. I'm not an everyday Snapchat user, man, but I definitely get mine in doses. When I do check them out, it's like, man, I missed 3 blessings. I got to check them out.
3 blessings, bro. Boom, 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 bro. It's like Oprah. Everyone gets blessed, dude.
Absolutely, brother. So we've talked about the music. We've talked about the boxing. We've talked about the ever positive social media presence. Talk to us about regular old Dustin that helps out at Key Mexico.
Oh, bro, we're going on like almost 5 years. If you like count my sabbatical, but I mean like. Dude, that's the fam, man. That's the spot, Shout out to, Rodrigo and Eleazar. Those are like my big brothers, man. Federico, the guy that taught me the bar game, also one of the best photographers in the city. Fede Photo, hit him up. Lido, that's I look at her like my mom's. I spend my Christmases, Thanksgivings, birthdays, everything with them. Like they're awesome, man. They're great, and anything I can do to help the restaurant. Like whether bartend, wait tables, whatever, I'm down, It's an awesome place. Great food, great environment, great people. The vibe is A1, You feel like you're somewhere else.
Dude, it's one of my favorite spots in town for sure, man. They're what are they called? It's a special they do now and then. They're tortas.
Is it torta?
It's a torta.
Was it the carnitas torta?
That one. Oh my god, it's so delicious.
Yeah, I had one of those. 2 guac shows, a flan, and like 2 tacos on a Saturday night. I got cut off early. It was I ate so much I like almost threw up.
Their poblano tacos are something else as well too, man.
My favorite is the cochinita, man. Oof. But the poblano is like really good. I mean, you can't go wrong. Close your eyes and like pick something on the menu, and you'll be okay. So I tell people all the time. I'm like, they ask me what my favorite is. I go all
of them, everything.
Of them. Yeah, dude. You just trust me. Trust me on this.
All right, brother. Well, tell us one more thing. It's for all the young cats who are listening right now. Everybody that it's trying to figure out where their life is going. All those kids that are saying, "Hey, this guy, he's a natural, talented rapper. He He boxes. He has this determination. Where does he get it from? What do you tell them, dude?
Man, I just look at it like I'm about to go on one of those spills, man. I want to be a motivational speaker one day after I, get done with the game. But, what I look at it, like, you can do anything you set your mind to. And, like, that's like, I know it's cliche, but everything that you see from this guy that is a pro fighter, this guy is a successful musician, these people that own a business, this radio personality, if you're willing to put in as much work as they did, or maybe more, you can get that too. Everyone is on an equal playing field, and it doesn't matter where you came from, you can get it, and it's all about, this is like the keys right here, man. I'm about to just put the keys on the table to success right here, man. At least feeling successful,
On DJ Khaled?
Yeah, dude, the keys, if you can find what makes you happy and what you want to do in life, and you spend every second going after that, and you do that with people that care about you and that you care about back, you've already won, man. Like, your mindset is everything, man. Like, I listen to David Goggins all the time, stay hard. That dude's an animal.
Oh, yeah.
And if I promise me, dude, I'm 5'9", 155 pounds. I'm not big. I'm not special. If I can go from homeless to opening up for Lil Wayne, from opening up for Rick Ross, being backstage with Boosie, I was just a normal kid, dude. I taught myself how to rap. I don't even know how to count bars. If I can go from, I almost died from a stomach infection in the hospital, and the day I got out, I ran 10 miles, and that's me. I'm nobody, law of attraction is a real thing. If you have the courage to speak it and you believe it, you can achieve it, That's just real spill.
Absolutely, man. Best and well said. Brother, we are running out of time here.
Awesome.
Before we go, man, let me ask you, any last minute shout outs you want to give out?
Man, shout out, to my boy Eric at Barcore for always letting me throw some crazy shows even when we weren't supposed to. To my big bro Trey Carter, owner of Strange Brew, man, he's the man, dude. He knows what I'm talking about. Thank you, brother. He's let me throw some gangster shows there. Shout out to Colton at Bears. And really just to everyone in the city doing something positive, even or just going after something, like when I see my friends, and I have some badass friends, and I see them going after and getting it, it makes me, especially right now when I'm mentally, I'm the same guy I was before this issue, but it's harder for me right now sometimes, I'm tired, I'm peeing blood every day. So, it's hard for me sometimes to want to get up and go. But, my friends and the people I see in the city getting after it, that makes me want to get up and go when I can't, So everyone out there doing something awesome, man. You guys rock, man.
Excellent, brother. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Oh, dude, thank you, brother.
Thank you for all the music you're making, man, because definitely it helps me get up too, man. Like I say, one of my favorite songs is Top Go Missing. I'll play that on my way to the gym, bro.
Hey, man, get ready for the next ones. The next ones are going to be crazier. It's on a new level. We're on my ASAP Ferg voice. I'm on a new level. Yeah, it's going to be up there, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an interview with the Outlaw Drosie Wales. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, guys, man. Thank you, brother.